Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng ringas, perlas sa silangan, lalong umangas, lalong tumalas ang pinuhunang atas ng pangarap. Labara, abante, diskarte, di bale, walang pake sa maaarte, tuloy lang at kampante, hinto lang ang diskarte, bumubulusok, umuusok, tumutusok, ang sa bawat sulok, mabangis kumigina, lahat na iibang, naghili at nagniningning, parang nagtakong hili, bawat ulan, pero kumulan, laging laban, isang bansa, PBA, alam mo to, laro mo to, tuloy sa kampeonato, sama to, tulad ng taglaba, everybody let's check what is that level up, here we go, ang taglaba, everybody let's check what is that level up, here we go, ang taglaba. Dating tunggali lahat na lang magsubok, di pangalan ko gali, magsubok lang magsubok, tanit kong tema, ang tatag ng ating puwersa, gusto pa rin ang pruweba, todo sumusuporta, motor bilog ang bola, nakakatak yung itiket, alakalan, pag ng ateta, numero pero sa padera, engineer sa kupa ang benta, mga taga-pama, veterano at mga bakito, pinakamismo at magagaling, pamilya at partida, saya, ito ang bagong trip, everybody let's check, here we go, ang taglaba, everybody let's check, here we go, ang taglaba. Umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng ringas, perlas sa silangan, lalong umangas, lalong tumalas ang pinuhunang atas ng pangarap. Lapas sa labaa, abante, diskarte, di bale, walang pake sa maaarte, tuloy lang, bante, hinto lang ang diskarte, bumubulusok, umuusok, tumutusok, ang sa bawat sulok, mabangis kumigina, lahat na ibang, naghili at nagniningning, parang nagtakong hili, mapunan, pero kumulan, laging lang. What happens later? He's a team. Thank you.
Yeah. This game very important. You know, we gotta come out with a victory so we can advance to the quarterfinals. So that's the plan for today.
Thank you, thank you. Pinakita na kayo. Thank you. Important. We lost that. This game. Competition. We're trying to find our standing. Also, we have a busy schedule with ESO, so we're trying to make sure we have freshman every game too. So, oh yeah, we watched our last game and we played the NLEX as well. And guys like me and Kobe, some of the players like Alec and about them. So we feel more refreshed and we have. All right, thanks, bro. Thank you. Game of the season. Want to end everything on a good note. Build that momentum. The playoff.
There's preparation for this week. We know that you have active schedule with the EAS and
Yeah, it's a lot going on right now, but right now we have a little bit of a break before we have to worry about that. So all our focus is just on PBA right now, especially with we know every game matters right now with seeding for the playoffs. So we know NLEX is going to be fighting for their playoff spot. We got to be securing our playoff spot.
thank you.
The lower, yeah. Great. Siyempre, ito. Coordinate na namin ito. Wala nang kaya ni Coach Jong. Kami sa ibang team sa control pa na passes quarters. Well, yung siyempre yung paper shooting ng Hongkong yun talaga yung strength nila. So, nag-focus kami doon. And hopefully, mag-click yung game plan ni Coach Jong. Thank you, pare. Shakes free of the defense and put that is right there. That's what we've been waiting for all this. Mathers and connects. He is clutch. Taking Mathers into his own hands. Marvin with a spin. What a delivery for Delivery. They hit the full pass. Gets the foul. He stops, pops, and scores. For time. Down for four. Oh, that's a four. Back-to-back exciting. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone as we show you scenes from the oldest Chinatown in the world, Binondo, Manila, and they are all celebrating. I hope you had your fair share of dumplings, all that pancit that you can have, and of course, our PBA family were there at the venue. Enjoy all the festivities as well. Kung hei pak choi is what they say. Hope we say that all right. Happy Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year to everyone as we bring you to the Smart Araneta Coliseum at the heart of Cubao. It's your PBA, and boy, do we have a matchup for you here today. Two teams who need the win desperately. Eastern eager to book a spot with a twice to beat advantage. A win could help them get there. But the NLEX Road Warriors battling for survival, battling to even make it to the quarterfinals. Can they do that here today? Can they take a step closer? We'll find out in just a bit. It is the clash of stakes, Eastern against the NLEX Road Warriors here at the Big Zone. Welcome once again, I'm Paolo de Rosario alongside Vince the Prince Season. It is Bel Gregorio joining us on the sidelines. Vince, always great to work with you, and high-stake game you have with us.
Absolutely, and it's great to work with you as well. Once again, we have a great game on tap. This is where I say the rubber meets the road because both of these teams really have to get this W to get to where they want to be. One is fighting for the very survival. As we look at our team standings
over here, Eastern smack dab in the middle. But a win here and the different permutations that we've seen all over the conference could actually see them still get a twice the beat advantage. While the NLEX Road Warriors near the bottom on the bubble, a loss here could actually mean a knockout game
Yes.
to make it to the 8th seed.
Yes, they're going to have to go against San Miguel. That's never an easy task. Obviously, they want to get that W, hopefully to get to that 7th spot.
And of course, a win for them could mean that, as you mentioned, getting to the 7th spot and saving themselves a high pressure game. Let's take a look at Eastern, who unfortunately for them ran into a brick wall in the Magnolia Chicken Templados hot shots. Eastern have been one of the better teams this conference, but they did not look like that last time around.
Yeah, I would call it a forgettable game. It was only 3 days ago, but they got to put that behind them and go forward with a mission at bay. You know, they had a big loss by 29 monster points versus a very hot Magnolia. They shot okay, 44%, but just not good enough. Big differential in the rebounds. They were a negative 13 there, negative 13 on the assists, and they were down by 19 at half. So they got to do a better job of starting the game and progressing better.
And you have to wonder, is fatigue starting to set in for Eastern? They are playing in 2 separate competitions, rather 3 separate competitions. The PBA, their own domestic league in Hong Kong, for the EASL. Let's see what they can do here as we bring the focus to Chris McLaughlin, who in the last game had food poisoning, was not his usual self, was still able to notch a double-double, but you could see he wasn't at the 100% that they needed him to be.
Yeah, like you said, a double-double is always a good day. And he actually shot pretty well, 8 out of 14, 57.1%. But if you look at the plus minus, he was a negative 22. when he was on the court. So he's got to do a better job as well of bringing up his game, lifting up his team, and hopefully making it a lot closer than it was last game.
Well, let's hope that he's all better here because they're going to need his help against a very determined NLEX Road Warriors team. As you can see, their double-double in the last game against Magnolia has been so efficient, so effective here in the PBA. Let's see if he can continue that here later on. And of course, he is going to need the help of some of the local talent here for Eastern, especially from that guy. Take a look at Glenn Yang, one of the key distributors, key facilitators for this Eastern team. Last time around, he was able to manage 4 assists to go with 14 points. So when you take a look at the raw numbers, looks like an okay contribution. Needs a bit more from him, though. But then, as he focuses on the raw plus minus again, partner, not flattering at all.
Not at all. He's a very athletic, energetic guy that they rely on for so much. And, again, looking at his numbers, you won't say too bad. 14 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. But that negative 27 on the plus minus is something also to be improved upon. He was 4 out of 12 from 2-point land, 6 out of 18 from the field. So he's got to improve his percentages as well.
Percentages have got to improve. The fact that he is one of the best facilitators on this team, maybe the assist count has to rise as well. But it's not just about passing the ball, it's about getting the finish to go as well. Now let's take a look at Hayden Blankley here. Hayden Blankley, you take a look at his first 10 games average in that last game against Magnolia. A lot of people are wondering, what is happening to Hayden?
Well, he just went, had a down game. He's a very athletic guy, very strong guy. He loves to muscle. He loves to, pound it down low as much as he can. But again, you're going against Magnolia, who loves to play against guys who are very athletic, who love to get gritty and go in the deep paint. So anyways, tough day at the office for him. Down 7.4 from his usual from the first 10 games against Magnolia. Down as well on the field goals, 40%. Up a bit on his assists, not bad, almost by 2 times. And his turnovers, well, they were up as well. 6 boards, but again, a negative 19 on the plus minus.
That's 19 there for Hayden Blankley, but most of the players there were in the negative considering the score at the end. For Northeastern, we have Bel Gregorio. Bel, what do you have?
Well, Paolo, Coach Minster did not amend words associating Eastern's most recent loss to how they were, and I quote, slow and didn't have the patience to move the ball. He admits how their fatigue with the 3 leagues they're juggling has just accumulated over the past weeks, and how their brains wanted to do things, but their bodies simply did not want to follow. That was evident not only in how their lack of defense allowed Magnolia to score more than 100, but how they were limited to their lowest scoring output since the start of the conference at only 78. However, because they've just been here in Manila since that last game, Coach Mensur believes they've had enough time to recover both physically and mentally. So it's just bringing that energy today that is the biggest thing for Eastern. More stories throughout the game, but for now, back to you, Colin.
Thank you so much. That was Bel Gregorio with that report. Of course, fatigue and the toll on the body is always going to be a problem for any athlete, especially with a long season. Let's see how they adapt here with a couple of days rest and no travel. I think that's the most important part as well. As we now focus on their opposition here, you take a look at the NLEX Road Warriors, partner. They have been up and down this conference, but then as of late, particularly if you look at the last game, they are looking like they are on the upward trend.
Yeah, I would actually say don't let their 5-6 record fool you because this team is spiking. They're really doing it at the right time, entering into the playoff mode. This is, again, their last elimination game. So, again, they're doing it at the right time. In that last game against a very tough rain or shine squad, they won by a big 12 points. They had very good shooting from the free throw stripe, and they had actually more makes than the actual attempts of rain or shine in that game. So that bodes well. They're getting to the line. Less turnovers, less by 20 more points from the starters, and 22-3. That's a big difference from biggest leads for each team.
And of course, you take a look at the numbers here as the NX Road Warriors did outperform at the range on last offenders. A lot of key points here, particularly free throws. But then you also have to give credit to this guy who decided to just explode for a mere 40 point partner.
I like how you just said decided. When he decides he wants to do something, 9 times out of 10, he will do exactly just that. And he exploded in a huge way. A conference high 40 points for Big Shot Bob, Babes Bolick, and he had 6 rebounds, 10 assists, darn near a triple-double on 14 out of 25 from the field, almost 56%. Can't get much more hot than that.
Yeah, Robert Bolick, again, conference high for him. It's going to be interesting to see how he tries to follow that up, especially this is practically an elimination game for them, or at least trying to make sure that the road moving forward is a lot smoother than what it could be. Their future is still in their hands, and the NLEX Road Warriors and Robert Bolick, of course, will try to get there as smoothly as possible. As we now move on to their reinforcement, Mike Watkins, who has been one of the more impressive reinforcements we've seen this conference, partner.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's very physical inside. He's got really a strong body. He's got good things happening inside. He really takes up a lot of space. Not easy to move him around. Had a really good game against Rain or Shine. But the question for me on him is, can he keep his emotions in check? Sometimes he has that tendency of letting things bother him a little bit. But against Rain or Shine, nothing wrong. 19 points in the first half. Great start for him. 25 big points, 14 boards of DD for him, 2 blocks, and 55% from the field. Again, if he can stay level as far as his emotions goes, good things are on the rise.
You mentioned it a while ago, trying to stay mentally sound. Let's see what the rest of the NLEX Road Warriors have to say. Bel Gregorio has the support. Bel.
All the Road Warriors wanted was a chance, and that was what they were able to give themselves again after defeating Rain or Shine. Their opportunity to live to fight on Saturday. And after their highest scoring output this conference at 122, Coach Jong highlighted that things were simple. The locals being able to step up, especially with the foul trouble their import Mike Watkins found in. Against such a well-organized Eastern team, Coach Jong highlighted the need for NLEX to go back to their fundamentals and to not take their basics for granted, especially when it comes to boosting out. Earlier during the warm-up, Poli Carpio tripped over Baser Amer and fell on his right knee, even ripping his knee protector up. The fall looked scary, but their PT assured us that the initial diagnosis does not look anything more than a knee fusion, and even Poli gave us the thumbs up that he will be okay. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. It's nice to see that Poli Policarpio is okay. It looked like a scary fall based on where we were sitting, standing partner. Just seeing him fall during the layoff line and the warm up. You never seen that happen before, but apparently it does.
I guess it does. First time for everything. And again, our thoughts and prayers are hoping that he is 100%. They're going to need his valuable contributions. He's another one of those energy guys. He's got really long arms, plays great defense, and he makes good things happen for his team. So, if he can sort of find a way to make the good contributions that he's been doing, good things are going to happen for NLEX.
All right, let's turn it over to the venue announcer here and find out who the starters are.
For the continuation of the PBA 49th Season Commissioner's Cup. Our first game for today features the Eastern Sports Club versus the NLEX Road Warriors. Let us now be the starters first for Eastern. Point guard number 9, Shin Yin Le. Shooting guard number 11, Lin Yang. Small forward number 22, Toby Lim. Power forward number 3, Raymond Tao. And center number 19, Chris McLaughlin. Coaching Eastern is Mensur Bayramovich. It's now time to meet the starters for the NLEX Road Warriors. Point guard from Ormoc City, number 8, Robert Bullock. Shooting guard from Santo Tomas, Pampanga, number 77, Cyrus Torres. Small forward from Guagua, Pampanga, number 26, J.B. Mocon. Power forward from Lubao, Pampanga, number 15, Brenton Ramirez. And center is Road Warriors import number 24, Mike Watkins. Coaching the Road Warriors is Chomu Ichiko.
It's a clash of stakes here between the NLEX Road Warriors and Eastern, a game wherein both teams need a victory badly. Let's take a look at the starters here for Eastern. Chris McLaughlin, they're leading the charge. No hidden blanking start out here for the eastern side as NLEX Road Warriors start off with Robert Bolick, Cyrus Norris, Mike Watkins, JB Momon as well. Of course, it is going to be an interesting game here for Robert Bolick to see just how he bounces, or rather, will try to continue what was a 40-point outburst last time around against the Rain or Shine and Last Painters. Welcome to the Big Dome. This tip-off is brought to you by Honda, the Vision motorcycle of the PBA. Welcome to the show. I'm Paulo de Rosario alongside Vince the Prince Season. It is Bel Gregorio on the sidelines for us. Happy Chinese New Year to everyone celebrating. Coach, you take a look at the NLEX Road Warriors right now. Robert Foley taking the shot here. It feels like he is playing out of his mind, especially for the last game. Take a look what NLEX need to do against a very disciplined Eastern team. What are the keys to winning for them?
Well, again, it always boils down to, especially these very important games, it's about execution, running the plays that the coach wants to perfection if possible, and just trying to make it as difficult as possible for the other squad to be pressured into those shots.
Raymond KO with the miss for first time here for Eastern as we go the other way. And thank you very much for joining us on PBA Russian Filipinas Live, wherever you are around the world. Robert Bolick gives it to Ramirez in the corner, wide open. No dice, though.
He can shoot that. Brandon's got that range.
Here's Glenn Yang. Glenn Yang, key facilitator for this Eastern team, has it up to Chuck. Now Kobe Lam. Kobe Lam on the attack. Ramirez gets him with the fake, gets him to fight, but then there's Watkins with a big rebound. That's going to be an interesting battle. McLaughlin and Watkins, two players who are very comfortable operating in the interior.
Yes, and Watkins is really just one of those guys who just dominates the boards. When he is in the game, he just takes up so much space, makes such good things happen. Again, 14 rebounds in the last game. That's pretty much his average.
Average is around 22, actually, partner.
Okay, under.
But still, incredible number here for Mike Watkins. As JB Malcolm short, as no basket yet between these two. In early exchanges here, it feels like a defensive battle.
Ooh, on block.
And a save there. Robert Bolick never stopped playing. They always say play to the whistle.
Yeah. You got to keep going until a referee blows that whistle. The ball never went out of bounds.
Here's Robert Bolick. He gets a switch here. Bolick dictating play. It's second on the shot clock. Here's Robert Bolick. Down to Watkins. He goes on the attack. Has to shoot. Let go of the handle. And he gets to the ball anyway.
He starts asking for a travel, saying, hey, he went and made forward progress, talking about Watkins.
Now let's see how he go. Yang on the screen. Now McLaughlin. Another handoff here. Ooh, on the move with McLaughlin attacking Watkins. And that's going to be a Titanic flash that we are going to enjoy all night long.
Yeah, McLaughlin trying to repeat his great performance last time out. 20 boards. 20 points and 10 boards.
Here's Cyrus Torres. Got it up inside, almost a turnover. Big moment. Quick look at the shot clock. He goes on the attack, on the move. Kicking it out to Torres. That's too strong. Here's Glenn Yang. Robert Bolick going to defending him here. Going straight up and good rebound for Malcolm.
Great D. So how he just put his two hands high as he could in the air.
That's as fundamental as you can get, actually. Here's Robert Bolick on the move. He'll go to the line and shoot too.
That's really his bread and butter. For me, everybody thinks he's such a great outside shooter, but for me, he sets it up by being such a good penetrator. So if you guard him for the penetration, he hits the shot. But if you don't, guess what? He's right in there, never afraid to mix it up against even stronger or taller guys.
The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports and Philippines Live from January 13th to February 16, 2025. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answer. Robert Bolick, taking a look at his numbers here, he is shooting 88.75% from the free throw line. Great numbers there for Babes Bolick. I would argue, though, could improve. I've seen seasons where he hit 90%.
Yeah, again, when the thing that most people don't realize, when you're playing heavy minutes and you're getting beat up all the time, it's hard to keep your legs always 100%.
Absolutely agree. And Shilp goes inside, trying to look for McLaughlin. Connection not quite there. JP Mofo hands it off to Cyrus Torres. Mike Watkins now taking a look at Babe's putting. Wants the ball, likes this matchup.
He's got a strength advantage, I'm going to tell you right now.
Absolutely. As he goes on the attack here, he goes strong inside and what a finish from Robert Bullock.
Babes is a beast. That was a phenomenal move. He just made that little spin and then turned on the jets.
He saw Kobe laugh. He liked that matchup. He felt he had strength advantage, and at that point, even had the speed advantage over him.
You know, a lot of people don't realize how strong Robert Bullock is. But let's just put it this way. For me, I look at him as not just the strongest guard in the league. I would venture to say he might be up there with the strength of a lot of power forwards in the PBA.
Well, Glenn Yang, as we were complimenting Robert Bullock, got steal of Robert Bullock and went on in position.
Because he fouled his mustache. That's what Bullock.
Here's Brandon Ramirez.
Big
Big
boy.
boy going strong, and that's going to be a basket and one.
You know, a lot of people have likened him to like a mini alley peak. They'll say, well, got more hair.
I was going to say that too.
And he's right-handed. But does he have a set of broad shoulders that, my goodness, just looking at him, that's a double pick right there.
You know, there are,
I would love to have, as a shooter, give me him as the guy said, pick anytime.
he's such a wide body, such a low center of gravity as well. There are actually people who are large but don't know how to use their size. Brandon is one who definitely knows how to use his weight, his size, and his length. Block from behind, but he still has it here, goes strong and finishes anyway.
That's 2 blocks already for Hongkong. Very active on the defensive end. But a great job of staying after it. It's Eastern.
McLaughlin, of course, is going to be a handful in the interior. Just JB Moto. He tried to get contact inside, and then just ended up fluffing that shot. KO going strong against Ramirez. Offensive rebound, another opportunity here for Eastern. Here's Kobe left, waiting for the pick. Refuses to pick, hands it up to KO. Great ball movement here. Finds an open shooter in the corner and splash.
You know, a lot of people look at his shot and say, hey, he's got a hitch. Don't tell him. It's going down. Shot there by Choi.
Take a little Watkins now. High ball game, 9-all. Here's JP Ball. Can't get slammed again. Ramirez with a shot, no good, left that short. McLaughlin hands it off to Kobe left. Kobe surveys the field. KO with a shot. That's an easy basket.
Nice up big there. Got Brandon Ramirez leaning a little bit, and he just went right to the basket. Nobody was there to cover.
Well, first of all, a great approach here comes from Glenn Yang, and then feeding a KO. Attacking close out from Ramirez and left wide open. Great screen, as you mentioned a while ago, as Eastern have the lead over NLEX 11-9 here in the opening exchanges. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We take a look at Raymond KO, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 turnovers. Unfortunately, against Magnolia, not quite the numbers that they needed from him to try and get one over Magnolia. But here, off to a good start for KO as he's trying to give the knockout against the NLEX Warriors. Oh, third turnover here as Eastern goes strong once again off the timeout. Yeah, finding the open shooter in the corner yet again. That time, no good. Dodging a bullet there is NLEX.
Yes, they did. There was a wide open shot that he just made. So that was just like
Here's Robert Bolick now as he's trying to get NLEX back on track. Caden Blackley in the ball game again, by the way, for the first time. As what a touch passing from the NLEX Road Warriors, and the destination is Mike Watkins.
You can basically just describe that as a give-go alley-oop. It was a simple play, run to perfection by the Road Warriors.
Mike Watkins played good defense yet again here against McLaughlin. They had the same size, slightly build advantage to Watkins, but then what about this? Robert Bolick play provider to Mike Watkins, who gobbled that up.
Great unselfish basketball, the kind of ball that coaches love. The ball doesn't even touch the floor.
Lamb. Now McLaughlin. Here's Glenia. Yang with the jumper, no good. That shot hasn't been falling over, Glenn.
That's usually a pretty good scoring option for him.
Torres changing the play on the fly here. Simrad's also checked in for the first time here for the NLEX Road Warriors. Well, we'll stay here with the white shirts. Simrad, who has checked in for the first time, he's been playing fantastic recently. And we all know that he's a great shooter. And speaking of great shooters, Gunshot has come in as well, who is one of the better three-point shooters in the entire league, actually.
Well, when you have that confidence and you step on the court, what it really does as well, aside from you making those shots, it makes those defenses really stretch out a little bit farther. I think they're going to have a quick timeout, a little blood.
Yeah, on JV Mofon, I believe, as Oliver Carpio in the game. Again, we were worried about him a while ago.
I was worried that guy was going to even walk today. Here he is running on the court.
Yeah, for those wondering, so Oliver Carpio during the layup line during the warm up had a collision with Paseramer and went to ground, and we were wondering whether or not he would be able to play. But here he is, as Mike Watkins scores and gives the lead back to NLEX Road Warriors.
Shot by the former Penn State Eli.
Here's Hayden Blankley going strong inside. But that's easy for him. We were worried a while ago because we've seen reports actually that he is suffering a bit of food poisoning. At least in that move, looked pretty good.
Look very good. When you have those types of things, what it really does for you is it takes a lot of your resistance away, so you can't really play. You can play hard, but you can't play very long.
Great move, by the way, a while ago from Mike Watkins as McLaughlin trying to return a favor at that time. Foul from behind. Might be on Policarpio. Let's see who they give it to.
They might.
Let's take a look at this again as Mike Watkins on the attack. This is going to be a duel, almost classic 90s, just big man against big man, banging against each other.
Yeah.
Albeit a bit more athletically. As McLaughlin gives the person two.
But the way I look at it, Watkins really has I would say, a girth advantage over anybody in uniform.
The NBA Midseason Classic is here. Watch the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend live from February 15 to 17, exclusive on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. It's going to be one awesome weekend. Tie ball game at 15 all has been a defensive start. Both teams having a hard time getting to grips of the game early on, as Mike Watkins and McLaughlin have been battling in the interior yet again, and Watkins has yet to get stopped, actually.
Yeah, big boy basketball right now being run over by Watkins thus far. Big boy, he's got such long arms.
Separate against Blantley here. Blantley trying to get free. He does. That's all the space he needs. But that time, unable to get the three ball to fall.
Things look like he really got his feet under him on that one.
Kevin Lass. That's a foul come from McLaughlin as Kevin Lass tried to hold on to the ball. And Kevin Lass, one of the more unique finishers at the rim.
Absolutely.
Great feed inside to Mike Watkins.
He's another guy. I just look at him and I say, how do you do what you do? Especially what you've been through. But my goodness, the guy has had not one, but two, but 3 ACL operations. Back in the day, you get one and you're pretty much
done.
You're done. He's at 3. He's still running with the best of them.
Watkins gets the foul from Hayden Blankley. He was wondering what he did. And you're absolutely right. I always look at Kevin Alas and his wife Selena Dagdag Alas. Obviously, both of them have gone through tough times in their own personal lives, and it's just the strength that they have. Mentally, especially, has been incredible, and spiritually as well. The two of them definitely just people to look at as inspirations in their own ways. Totally agree. That time Watkins gets that basket to fall. 3-point lead here for the NLEX Road Warriors. Here's Gunchak. Kobe Lamb pounded here by Cyrus Torres. Finding McLaughlin inside and trying to beat him at the rim. That is going to be a push-off. Easy call for the referee to make.
See it from here too. You could clearly see Watkins goes up straight, and he just kind of moves to the baseline. Obviously, there was a push with that left hand.
Well, right now we are seeing advantage Watkins over McLaughlin. Let's see if that continues here. 3-point lead for NLEX. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at Robert Golick and Mike Watkins. What a connection they've been here early on for the NLEX Road Warriors. You have 11 points already here for Mike Watkins, and Robert Golick, great provider as well. For the NLEX Road Warriors up by 3 here early in quarter number 1. And we have Bel Gregorio for more. Bel.
Mike Watkins has been finding himself in hot water, not being able to figure out how to get himself out of foul trouble in recent games. However, before this game, Mike said he's in high spirits and always tries to be prior to action. He believes that basketball is 80% mental. It's how you view things that make things what they are. And this mentality is what has been pushing him despite being plagued by foul trouble, believing that he can still play, he can shoot, and his team would find ways to win. Back to you, John.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. And just to emphasize that point, partner, when Mike Watkins is on the floor for the NLEX Road Warriors, especially when he doesn't have foul trouble, boy, he is such a weapon. Semarad misses there off the spot shot.
That's a rare miss. I mean, for Summerad, he's shooting so well.
On the attack here are Eastern as they try to recycle it to Blankley. Here's Kobe Lamp and McLaughlin. McLaughlin against Watkins, and what a find inside. Semrad fell asleep.
Just a great lead pass by McLaughlin right to the outstretched hands of Blankley, and the Samrad was just like a hair late, and he knew it right away.
Yeah, he one acknowledged the foul, and second, he apologized to Coach Jong as soon as he turned. He knew that he should have been active there on the ball. And Hayden Blankley, Julie buries a free throw to tie it all up at 18.
So a very tight game thus far. I thought we would have a little bit of a lead for either one, but I'm just feeling this might go down to the wire.
Well, let's see if you're right, partner. Torres finds Watkins inside. He wants to go in. That time, rare miss for him, at least in this game so far. McLaughlin running down the floor here. Take a look at Kobe Lamb, hands it off to McLaughlin. For Hayden Blankley, trying to play with him a bit more. The two-man game is working. They go strong inside, and Watkins with the block. Or rather, the rebound.
Smart play by Watkins. Just basically pulled the chair after a driving McLaughlin. One thing that should be noted as well, again, Eastern coming off a huge loss. Monster 29-point loss to Magnolia. So the pride there is about, hey, we got to make Maui. We got to come back and play much better.
Well, it's been a grinded out game here so far. A bit old school, to be quite honest. We have seen a lot of play in the post, especially with these two imports going at it as Robert Bolick checks in here for the last minute 17 of the first quarter. Semrad, Alas, Bolick,
Watkins and Poli Policarpio on the floor here for Coach John Chico. Lam and up to Kachar. That's a 3, no dice.
Pretty much offline as well. Got to get a better attempt than that.
They just oh, he found a way to get the pass as Watkins goes strong inside, but he lost the handle on the drive. I think advantage. It is 5-on-3. Kachar gets a triple.
That was the harder of the two shots that he just had. That one he was able to drain. So I guess based on that, leave him open. No, don't leave him open.
Don't leave him open, partner. That's terrible advice.
He missed the one he was wide open for.
Here's Gepnalas. Now on the ball here, making Robert Pollock a very good target off the ball. For shot clock, Robert Pollock. Oh, that's a tough look for Babes. Able to get the ball as Eastern. Now running, gunning, trying to extend the lead before the second quarter. Good shot. Pulls up for 3 again. No. But Glenn Yan with the rebound and the basket. And with that, 5-point advantage for Eastern. It was nip and tuck up until the last few possessions, partner.
It looked to me like Lex kind of just played about 11 minutes of that quarter. The last minute, they kind of went to sleep, and Eastern burned them for an extra 5 points.
Well, you can't switch off in the PBA for even a minute, even a possession. Look what happens here. 5-point lead for Eastern going to the second quarter. 23-18 in favor of the boys in blue. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Well, at least we know that we can battle, as you said, no? Especially when the games count. We don't lose faith, we don't lose hope. We're always there, even if the chances are very slim. We give ourselves a shot all the time. So if we can translate that all the consistently in our games and in our practices, then we'll be all right.
As long as they get themselves a shot, they will always compete, and you never know what could happen. Great words there from Coach Jong with Chico. Of course, Coach Jong, for me personally, one of my favorite partners when I go on air. Of course, he hasn't been on air because of his new gig with the NLEX Road Warriors.
Got a different challenge nowadays.
A challenge he enjoys more. He likes dealing with the players instead of me. I'm going to assume that that's the case. But then let's take a look at this as Eastern are giving him a bit of a headache because that last minute coach was not great for NLEX Road Warriors.
I'm sure they got an earful. One of the emotional talks that were happening on the bench.
Here's Watkins. He goes strong inside again. That time attacking Simba walk. And with Watkins, it feels like he's seeing that he has that type of advantage against McLaughlin. He's going to have a bigger one against Simba.
Yeah, look at it. His shoulders are probably like double the width of Polk there. And he just kind of made mince meat out of him. But he misses the free throw.
That's unfortunate there for Watkins. Still 3-point lead here for the Eastern. Blankly up top here. And Kobe Lamb. Glenn Yang has it now. Ooh. As Kevin Last hits the deck. Good shot. Back to Lamb. Short shot clock's gotta go. Kevin Last could stay in front of him. As that goes in and out. Another chance here for Eastern as Yang decides to pull up with a 3. No good. Here's Kevin Last running. Finding Robert Bowling. Bowling transition 3. And that's a basket.
That is what you call supreme confidence right there. Not even the slightest bit of hesitation from Big Shot Bob.
Feels like a shot that you'd love to take, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's going to be a stepping violation on Gunsha. As we
Look at
take a look
this.
at this again, partner.
Just like Bob, I never saw a 3-point shot I didn't like. And there you go. Booyaka.
Gets that one to go. It is a tied ball game here with the NLEX Road Warriors. They've been very much reliant on the 1-2 punch of Bolik and Watkins.
Yes. Well, they have actually in the past 2 games. They've really upped the reliance on those two as well. I mean, from the first 9 games, 49 points combined from Watkins and Bolik. In the last 2 games against Phoenix and Rain or Shine, it's up to 56 and a half. So again, they know their fortunes are in big time in the hands of Watkins, Bolik.
On that time, the shot off the mark here. You gotta think though, if you're the NLEX Road Warriors, as so far the pair have combined for 20 of the 23 points of the NLEX Road Warriors. Like, you gotta get help from somewhere else as well.
Of course, you have to balance the court. Otherwise, you're kind of an easy guard. Although it's not easy to match up with Watkins and Bolik.
Gunshaw looking for 4. Can't get that to go. Yeah, with a rebound again. The offensive rebounds are starting to pile up. That time, though, dodging another bullet. The NLEX Road Warriors have yet to really feel the sting of giving up so many offensive rebounds as Babes misses in the interior.
Challenging the long arms of Polk there was Bolik. A little short.
Chan asking for it. Hands it back. Glenn, yeah. Hit it blankly. Back to Yak. Open for 3. I don't know what Separate was doing there. He jumped to the side of him.
I think he was about to fall on the feet or legs of Langley. He didn't like it.
Here is Robert Bolik now. Bolik playing one-on-one basketball. Hands it off to Kevin Alas. The jumper no good as we go the other way. Blankly playing it ahead. Kevin Alas trying to stay in front. And what a swipe from him. Here's Separate playing it forward. Trying to play quick here. Policarpio going strong inside for the lay-in.
Not showing any ill effects of that 3-game pain he had.
Let's take a look at how Eastern reply. Lenya goes on the attack against Kevin Alas. Here's Chan. Attacking Kevin Alas again. Puts that shot up under duress. Short shot block. Policarpio on the drive yet again. And what a finish. And the NLEX Road Warriors have a 4-point lead.
Policarpio, as we said, athletic and a lot of energy is brought to the table when he is in the game. And he has helped his team get back that lead. They're up now 27-23.
27-23. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Well, Policarpio here, you can see, had an unfortunate run-in with Becerra Mer as he was trying to go in for the layup line. At that point, it was all laps until we saw the fact that he had a hard time moving in general. That was what we were worried about, actually, and then we saw our Bel Gregorio move on to try and figure out what was happening. And it looks like nothing is happening. My goodness, what a drive he's had here. 4 points all this quarter so far.
You got to wonder. I mean, did it have any effect at all? Because the guy's shooting 100%. If anything, it seems to have helped. But again, let's just see how he does for the rest of this game. He's still looking at his D every now and then. I'm watching him. But big sigh of relief from NLEX Warriors because I honestly thought when I saw him laying on the ground, I'm like, uh-oh, yeah, this looks bad.
And Polk unfortunately stepped on the line as he went in for that dunk. And on cue, McLaughlin will check in here for Simba.
They're roughly the same height, but McLaughlin's probably got bulk by about 20 pounds.
Apart from that as well, McLaughlin also has this skill set that just works so well in the interior, especially when you talk about size. Here's Robert Bolick. That's going to be a foul on the floor. No shot, says the referee.
Bolick is asking for 2 shots, but the referee's clearly stating, nope, it's out of bounds.
14 seconds on the shot clock here as Ramirez hands it to Robert Bolick. Here's Bates. Big pick from Ramirez. Wide open side of Torres for a moment, and Ramirez with an offensive rebound. Policarpio has it. Playing 5 out now are the NLEX Road Warriors, with Semarad offering the pick here. Policarpio refuses, hands it up to Ramirez in the corner. Well, I have to say, the length there of McLaughlin was a big factor.
Yeah, it changed his shot. Oh, poor pass there.
And that's a great pass there for Cyrus Torres to finish.
Easy 2 points. A errant pass on one side goes off the backboard and actually bounced towards the opponent's rim and then got him off into the fast break.
It's an 11-0 run, partner, here for the NLEX Road Warriors, as Eastern have yet to score here in the second quarter.
They're just not shooting the ball very well. Defensive lead. That could have been travel as well.
But that'll be a foul, shooting 2 instead.
Looked like he kind of did a little choppy step there. Maybe took 2 or 3 steps. But will be called the other way around. It will be a foul against Bolick. Send Chan to the stripe.
Then with a couple of free throws here, trying to finally get Eastern on the board. And he does here in quarter number 2. So that is going to be an 11-0 run. As we take a look at that, then our partner still thinks it's a travel.
Well, you know, with the passport, it's not traveling. But I think he brought his visa.
Yeah, I don't think he had the visa for that. Yeah. Probably not. 11-0 run to start out for NLEX Road Warriors up until those free throws for Eastern. So a big, well, they're going to be hoping that opens the dam here a bit here for Eastern as Robert Bolick drags out the big man. Here's McLaughlin trying to stay in front of Bolick, and what an attack for Babes, and he'll go to line to shoot 2. And you just saw Robert Bolick saying he wants the ball back because he wants to attack McLaughlin, who was drawn outside.
He just loves the contact as well. Look at, not afraid. Chan, a very strong guy. McLaughlin, a very strong guy as well. He gets hit twice there, going up and coming down.
Yeah, KO there with the connection on Robert Bolick. Here's Babes. Arguably the best mustache game in the entire PBA.
By far. Not even close.
I wouldn't say in history, though, because, you know, the 70s and 80s were a thing. And there have been pretty good mustaches back then. As we take a look at Robbie Herndon checking in for Semarad, another good shooter here for the NLEX Road Warriors.
Just going to go out there and say it. If Robbie has a good shooting day, it's going to open up a whole new dimension for the Road Warriors.
He's a bit of a bellwether somewhat. Once he shoots the ball really well, it feels like you're absolutely right, opens the game up a bit more. Here's Eastern, still struggling, have yet to score a field goal here this quarter. As Hayden Blanky is trying to change that against Robbie Herndon, who will go to the line to shoot 2. And Coach John was telling Robbie, hey, just hold your hands up.
Correct.
Don't spike.
You don't need the steal. All you need to do is just try to pressure him, miss the shot without fouling. That's a lost art, actually. A lot of guys don't realize defense without fouling is the hardest thing to do.
Yep. You know, there's some coaches who still preach that. As we take a look at this, the Philippines Live Concussion who will have more rebounds will be Chris McLaughlin or Mike Watkins. Imagine that on the Philippines Live app. You can download and register now for free on Google Play or the App Store, or visit www.philippineslive.com. Here's Cyrus Torres. Absolutely, you're right. You're talking about it a while ago. The art of defending without fouling. There are ways to do it, to still be physical and not foul. You give and go yet again between Watkins and Bollig has been so unstoppable here.
Yeah. They just physically do not match up. Talking about the blue shirts with Watkins as well. So he's kind of just having his way. It looked like it was going to be pretty well defended. There was 3 blue shirts in his way, but he still wound up getting that foul and going to the free throw stripe. But he misses another free throw.
Well, that is going to be something that they're going to have to work on. Take a look at Mike Watkins' free throw percentage here. He's shooting a 60% from the free throw line. Not, let's be fair. Could be better.
Could be better. And right now, he is 50%. 2 out of 4 on the night.
32 to 26 here in favor of the NLEX Road Warriors, who were trailing by 5 at the end of the first. So far, I would argue the reason why they are up in this lead is because their defense has been on point, as McLaughlin misses from close range, but eventually gets a second tap.
Good second and third effort by McLaughlin. Off the first one, though, he was wide open for the first shot.
Here's Robert Bollig. Bollig working against a very aggressive Chan here. At that time, the little jab, which one's right in front of him, does not complain.
Those are the ones you can hear.
Yeah.
You hear like a little.
Let's take a look at this. The third effort there coming from McLaughlin. And that's how difficult it has been for them to score, actually. That's their first field goal in more than 6 minutes played here. 6 minutes, 40 seconds played here in the second quarter.
You got to give credit to Coach John Chico and Scott Duncanson and all of the coaches for really preparing NLEX to play stellar defense against Eastern.
Travis Torres with the miss there. Unfortunately, there was a wide open Semarad, by the way, in the corner that they did not find. They actually have a lot of floor spacers here with Semarad and Robbie Herndon on the floor. Robert Bollig can also space the floor as well.
We could space the entire court.
And there it is. That is much better for Eastern, who, honestly, that looked like their first shot without any real pressure.
Right.
With great ball movement here in second quarter.
100% agree, partner. They got to do a better job of getting the flow going.
Oh, and a great turnover here for Eastern as Lamb has the easy finish. And all of a sudden, the lead has evaporated. Only a 2-point lead here for the NLEX Road Warriors, and they sue for time. Important there for Eastern that this mini run has suddenly reduced this game to just a 2-point lead. Just when NLEX were doing such a good job at shutting down the water. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
We are tied 32-all in the second quarter of this NLEX Eastern match. As we mentioned before tip-off, Paulo, Chris McLaughlin suffered from food poisoning, wasn't able to practice before the Magnolia game. However, he was still able to churn out 20 points in that outing, but according to him, he was just feeling very off. You might even wonder, oh, he tried to shoot thrice from beyond the arc. Nothing went in. Is this his game? According to Chris, he tries to. He knows the numbers don't reflect that, but that is something he looks to be better in. It's not something he consciously looks for, but he wants to deliver if the situation and the opportunity. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio as Mike Watkins has another strong finish here. The NLEX Road Warriors tied all up with a flourish.
What a look there. An amazing catch. Just the catch was so hard. He was probably about 8 to 15 inches above the rim, and then he just threw it straight down. what a specimen Watkins is.
And the answer back there coming from Hayden Blandy, rather. Watkins, he's just so athletic. There's so much potential in this guy. And it feels like, it doesn't feel like this is the final product, by the way, as Robbie Herndon gets a big triple. We talked about it a while ago. What can NLEX do when he is on point?
You get Watkins in the middle. You get Bolick, Samarad, and Robbie Herndon around the edges, and you've got very good spacing.
Yeah, and we'll go to line to shoot two as NLEX lead by 3. As NLEX right now have given us a couple of baskets and made us ooh and ah. Let's take a look at this first. Look at that. This best move of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, as Bolick has played provider to the last 2 baskets here for the NLEX Road Warriors.
Guess what's going to happen? Because he's been passing so well, defense going to be a little lax. He's going to take the shot. They're going to get a little close. He's going to fly right by.
Glenn Yang gets that basket to go with that free throw as Semarad will check out for Policarpio. And Semarad has had a good couple of games, has yet to really find his rhythm in this one, but we all know all he needs is just to see a couple of shots fall, and he's going to be dead on for the rest of it. Here's Cyrus Torres. Now Robbie Herndon. Policarpio. The Babes Bolick. Torres now, as Herndon is making a beeline to the other side. Well covered there by Kobe Lamb. Struggling a bit here. Needs to shoot. And Herndon just tosses that up. If that went in, my goodness, I didn't know what to think. But good defense there for Eastern.
Great D. I mean, they pushed them really out of their comfort zone. I don't think the passing was very, crisp from the Road Warriors. Got to hit the guy when he's open.
Right now, NLEX up by 1. Still, Eastern a chance to take the lead with a basket. Here's Glenyak. Eastern have improved tremendously since that first 6 minutes of this quarter. Here's Blankley on the attack, working on the closeout, and McLaughlin unable to get the finish first off, and another second chance point. I believe that's already at 11 here for Eastern, as their second chance points count partner has been really what's been keeping them in contention in this game. In fact, with the lead.
Just tremendous, relentless effort by McLaughlin, especially inside.
Glenn Yang with the foul, sending Robert Bolick to the line as the NLEX Warriors will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Robert Bolick is one of the most entertaining players to watch here in the PBA. Just his audacity to try the shots or the drives that he does, and I'm sure Coach Joe Pacheco is happy that he's on the side.
Yeah, and he's just coming off a conference high 40-point game. I had one of those once. Never did it again.
Did you? That's a career high for you? Here's Babes Bolick getting the free throw to go as well and return the lead here to the NLEX Warriors.
For him, it's a conference.
That's a conference, yeah. Here's Blankley. Swing that around to Glenyak. McLaughlin against Watkins. This has been a matchup Watkins has been winning, but then that time McLaughlin doing the right thing.
I like that. That was a simple, basic, old school 2-step jump hook. That's all it was.
I'm actually curious to see about how aggressive Watkins gets on the defensive end, considering it's been hammered over and over again. Just how much of a problem he's had with fouls here in the league. Policarpio attacking Blankley, and that time just great D coming from Eastern. Blankley attacking behind the back pass, fancy passing, showtime for Eastern. And they take the lead.
Yeah, but 2-on-1 is 2-on-1. Got to do a better job if you're NLEX to get back on defense.
Rather extends their lead. They already had that 1-point advantage, and now it's a 3-point advantage as Yan with the stab sends Watkins to the line. Yeah, test here for Watkins, who is a 60% free throw shooter. Take a look at that again. Here's Blankley behind the back and returning the favor for an easy 2.
Get any easier than that. But unselfish basketball is a beauty to behold.
Davis Bolick looking to trim this deficit. Gets the first of 2.
Bolick now with a 30 dozen.
As Camnelas comes in for Cyrus Torres. there's just so many weapons here for the NLEX Road Warriors. I mean, JV Mokon hasn't really exploded yet here. And neither has Kevin Las, guys who were go-tos at one point in their career.
Ooh, a lot of contact there. I think they're going to get Samurai. Yes. Really blocking the path of McLaughlin. He says little something, says, I didn't touch you. Walking by him. Well.
Well, you can see what Samurai thinks about that. But either way, it'll be the 14th foul here on the NLEX Road Warriors. Samurai he's a very physical guy. Let's just leave it at that.
No, he likes the contact, which is great. Coaches love that.
Watkins defending the interior well as they try to give it to Blackley. Is it going to be a foul on Samurai? It's been the second foul, by the way, of Samurai on McLaughlin.
In basically the same trip down court. So that's not good.
And a timeout called with Eastern leading by 1, and NLEX Road Warriors still chasing here. It's been back and forth here in this quarter. As Eastern called for time.
That's the third foul on Samurai, so you got to watch out.
Full timeout. We'll be right back after the short break. Welcome back. You're still watching your PBA as the Eastern continue to lead NLEX 42-41 here in the second quarter. So take a look at the numbers for Eastern. Of course, it was a terrible loss against the Magnolia Hotshot last time around, shooting a paltry 19% from beyond the arc. It's probably the most stark number that we see there from a team that shoots typically around 41% from beyond the arc, partner. The three-point shooting has been a big weapon for them, but in this game in particular, they are not shooting the ball well from beyond the arc, only at 18.2%, actually worse than what we saw in their last game at 2 of implement shooting. But they do lead by 1 here against the Road Warriors.
They do, and they're playing a little bit better towards the last part of this second quarter, just like they did at the end, where they really caught NLEX sleeping at the end of the first quarter.
Now the question is, how will NLEX end this quarter after what was a very disappointing game first? Lamb pulls up for 3, still 3 ball not falling here for Eastern. Hasn't been a good look for them there so far. As Faves Bolek sit here, waiting for the pick with Watkins. Has been a deadly 1-2 combination. There they go again. Watkins loses the handle. Aiden Blankley goes on the charge. Working for Policarpio, swing that around. Lamb open for a moment. Finding Blankley, and great hands for Policarpio as it stays with the blue shirts.
And great defensive presence there by Policarpio. Long arms. I thought for sure that was going to be an easy 2 points.
Swing that around now. Here is Chen. Clockland. At the keyhole. Finding Aiden Blankley. JV Moulton, great defense from JV. Chen. Clockland. Working against JV here. Short shot block. And the rebound by Watkins. Better defense there for NLEX.
Yeah, last 10 seconds in this first half.
I wonder who would like to take this.
A or B?
Robert Bonek will go to the line to shoot 2 as he forces the contact there.
That's kind of how it's been for me. It's really is an A or B option. Do they go with Bonek or Watkins? Other guys need to step up, but again, they're so effective because they're just, you think you're there and you just still can't stop it. And guys like Bonek and Watkins are just amazing at still completing plays.
Blackley says he argues that he went straight up, but as he went up, he actually turned his way into the body of Babes. As Robert Pollock ties it up and has a chance to give NLEX the lead here with this second free throw. 4.3 left here in the quarter and a half. Robert Pollock gives the lead back to NLEX. As long as they don't concede a 4 here, that should be it. Likely. Oh, close but no cigar. 43 to 42 as NLEX Road Warriors cling on to a 1-point lead in what has been a back and forth affair between these two. It was a 23 to 19 quarter in favor of the NLEX Road Warriors for a 42 to 41 lead. As we take a look at the import matchup here, partner.
Yeah, let's look at Watkins versus McLaughlin. Let's see who really has the lead. It's pretty close. McLaughlin a little bit less points, 14 versus 16 of Watkins, but he has more rebounds, 9 to 7. Shooting a little bit worse, 50% versus the 7 out of 9. What has that transpired to? Basically, it's like this. Eastern scored 19 points in that second quarter, and Lex really played a much better second quarter with 25 points.
Much better second quarter, thus the lead, 43 to 42. Don't go away. We'll be right back after the halftime break.
Yeah, umangat pa ang mga bida sa gilas ng ringas, perlas ng silangan, lalong umangas, lalong tumalas ang pinuhunang katas ng pangarap, nagpatalapa.
We are back and you're still watching the 49th season of the PBA Commissioner's Cup. Kung si Fatay, mga ka-PBA, I'm Eileen Shi and welcome to our halftime show. At the half, the score is 43 to 42 in favor of NLEX. Pero syempre ngayon, dahil New Year nga, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang ating selebrasyon dahil ngayong hapon, paparangalan natin at kikilalanan natin ang ilan sa PBA standouts, pati na rin sa ating sports industry. At syempre, sinimulan niya ng isang araw. Nagkaroon tayo ng SMC PSA Awards Night na ginanap sa Manila Hotel. And some of the main awards went, of course, to Carlos Yulo, our Athlete of the Year, Hydrin Diaz, our Hall of Fame Award, the Gymnastics Association of the Philippines President Cynthia Carrion, and the National Sports Association for the Year, Abraham Tolentino, POC President Executive of the Year. Junmar Fajardo was awarded Pro Mr. Basketball, and Kevin Cambiao naman, College Mr. Basketball. The MVP group of Mr. Manny Pangilinan was also recognized for the Philippine Sports and NCAA Philippines Collegiate Sports Special Awards. Gio Marado de Guzman was also acknowledged. Award naman nandyan si Nesty Petesio and Ira Villegas for Paris Olympics bronze medalists. Some of our other major awardees also included Ben-Hur Avalos Horse Owner of the Year. Kasama na rin dito si Melvin Jerusalem and Pedro Taduran, both boxing world champions. There's also, of course, recognition for our 2024 Paris Olympians, Paralympians, and former Olympians. And of course, special citations also include our Creamline Cool Smashers for volleyball and Filipinos Live Signal for sports broadcasting. So once again, congratulations to all our winners. You have made Philippine sports indeed very much colorful in the past year. Pero syempre, ngayon it's time for us to get to know our PBA Press Force Player of the Week, Robert Bollins.
Bowling game, it's a three. Yes. Bowling season opening. Oh, what a floater coming from bowling. Bowling creates a great chance and is unstoppable tonight. Bowling. 48. Yes, the 21. It's a four. Wow, what a attack by Bowling. Get it back. He'll attack you. Twisting in the air. Bowling doing everything now.
Robert Bolick dahil sa kanyang 40 points, nandito pa rin ang NLEX at tuloy pa rin ang kanilang tsansa dito sa playoffs. Pero syempre, kailanganin na naman natin ang ating Rookie of the Week, Mark Donoy.
Okay, Donoy. Tira ng tres. That's good at the buzzer.
Ito, nakita natin yung ginawa ni Mark Donoy. And that's a one-hander.
Mark Donoy for three. That's good.
10 points now for Mark Donoy. Tumatakbo.
Mark Donoy, hindi na abutan.
Wow, this guy is fast.
Mark Donoy, bibitaw. Oh!
Steal it out. Steal it out. And Mark Donoy unleashing.
4 pa kay Donoy.
It's a 4-point shot coming from Mark Donoy. Sizzling hot.
Ni Coach Chot bilang Hurricane Donoy, talagang pinahirapan ni Mark ang TNT na makuha nilang unang panalo para sa Terra Firma. But of course, ngayon, kikilalanin na naman natin ang ating reinforcement of the week, and this is no other than Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Nahihirapan din ito si Kevin Ferrer sa pagbabantay kay Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Nice move by
Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
What a big first step. Look at that. That's a wide open lane para kay Ronde Hollis Jefferson.
Ronde Hollis Jefferson, pinitulog na po ang ginagawa.
RHJ.
Oh,
Strong communication on the defensive end there.
Libre
Si RHJ. RHJ just manufacturing points there. Mahirap ginagalit itong si RHJ. Pero mukhang gusto na TNT isara yung pinto sa Phoenix. Gusto niya na layo yung kanyang cover.
A big congratulations once again to all our PBA standouts. But for now, it's time for us to watch our top 5 plays.
Okay, Pete.
Junmar's ahead.
Junmar! And he was basket picker son of a gun. About the fancy dribbling on the part of the 6'10", 8-time MVP.
He have that pass. Ito, makita natin yung ginawa ni Jumar.
Behind the back heel.
That pass was stolen from behind by Clarito. Here comes Stockton. He'll fly. And 7 is blown away.
Piniti niya, sarili niya.
Boy, what a whirlwind shot.
That steal.
That clean takeaway by Clarito.
Ito.
Oh!
Piniti niya, tapos a nice handed layup.
By Pautautua. And now, yun pa rin ang required ni Pautautua
make this big stop. The team fall away. Pasok! It's just a spectacular player. And what you saw right there is his ability to demand the ball. He was tasked by Coach Bonnie to take this critical shot for his team. So he is someone that you can rely on in crunch time situations. Like we said, he was silent in the second half. But how about this?
Biglang 21 na naman. Itong,
How crazy is that? An accidental form. Puro 24 lang yung mga yan. 24 years old. So that is the first. Oh, wow.
Ito mo muna yun. Mid-sentence mo muna yun.
Oh, there's that shot.
Oh,
But pala Dr. J yun na. Wow. But that's the way he went, di ba?
Welcome back to the PBA Commissioner's Cup 49th season, where Eastern trailed the NLEX Road Warriors 43-42 after a tight first half here at the Big Dome. Happy Chinese New Year once again. I'm Paulo de Rosado alongside Vince the Prince Season. Vince, the first quarter belonged to Eastern, especially after a strong end, but NLEX answered back with a very strong second quarter. What do you see so far?
Absolutely, what you just said. It was all Eastern, and then it was all NLEX, and a lot of guys had something to do with that. But the two biggest guys really in this ball game thus far have been McLaughlin, likely on the Eastern side, and it's really been Watkins and Bolick on the NLEX side.
The second chance points has been a big factor here, in particular for the Eastern team, who has outscored the NLEX Road Warriors 11-0 here in terms of second chance points. Of course, when it comes to second chance points, the offensive rebounds are also a factor. 9 offensive rebounds scored right on this half for Eastern.
Yeah, and 5 of those go to Christopher McLaughlin. So he's pretty much doing most of the work. Let's look at some of the numbers here. NLEX shooting a little bit better percentage.
Halftime stats brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Apart from that partner, rebounding all in favor of Eastern.
Yeah, many of those numbers are all in Eastern's favor. Percentage-wise for free throws, rebounding by 7 more than NLEX. 11-0 on the second chance points. Again, a tough game. It's going to be a hard-fought game. We've had 7 deadlocks, 8 lead changes, and I expect a battle royale here come the second.
And of course, both teams actually not shooting the ball particularly well from beyond the arc. Take a look at shooting percentage here of Eastern, only at 16.7, and for NLEX, they are at a paltry 25%. Two-man show for NLEX with Watkins and Bolek. On the other end, McLaughlin and Blankley doing the same thing.
Yeah, you can see McLaughlin with his 14 points, 9 rebounds, 5 offensive, 4 defensive. He was really lording it over inside. Yang has got 6 points and 7 boards. Blankley, 10 points, 3 boards.
And of course, with Watkins and Robert Bolek trying their best here to really push the envelope here for the NLEX Road Warriors. Let's see whether or not they have what it takes to take advantage. Just take a look at 40 greatest player here, of course, none other than Alan Dick. Take a look at those accolades. Boy, oh boy, what a player he was. When you take a look at Alan Dick. Partner, we were talking about it a while ago. Could you imagine if he was playing this generation with his shooting ability? How lethal would he have been?
He'd be amazing. As usual, the trigger man able to get shots over most guys with his unorthodox shooting style. But, it would be very interesting to see him out here nowadays.
Of course, with this generation, with the three-point line being such a weapon, and a four-point line in play.
Yeah, he can have the 3. I'll take the 4.
Oh, my goodness.
I would have loved the 4 back in the day. However,
welcome to the third quarter and welcome back to the Smart Coliseum to watching us on Pilipinas Live PBA Rush as well, wherever you are around the world. Hello, hello. I'm Paulo de Rosario alongside Vince the Prince. He's on it. Is Bel Gregorio on the sidelines for us. We'll hear from her in just a bit about the halftime adjustments of these two. But then, as we said a while ago, it's back and forth between these two. And next, started off the second quarter on fire after great defense in the second. What did they have to do here to have something a bit more consistent? As that is a great look inside from JB Hongkong.
yeah, that helps definitely. You got to have a few slashers here and there to really break down that defense. Looking at a battle royale once again between Chris McLaughlin and Mike Watkins. These guys are really sizing each other up, and they realize they have the most effect for their respective clubs in this ballgame.
Here's a good shot.
Way left.
Off the mark there.
Yeah.
For Eastern, it has been Blankley and McLaughlin really leading the charge from the offensive end. On the other side, it has been Bolek and Watkins. The question now here, at least I feel, partner, who's going to be the third player from either team that's going to step up in a big way to help push their team across?
Well, thus far on the side of Eastern, it's really been Yang who's really sort of stepped up with his 6 points and 7 boards. On the side of actually the guy who we thought was going to be maybe even out has been playing really well, Janelle Policarpio.
Policarpio with 4 points already, and Wolfman has been aggressive to start out here. If he gets going and becomes a third option here for the NLEX Road Warriors, it's going to be really interesting to see how Eastern reacts.
Did you see the playoff atmospheric situation there on that baseline? Ocon hits the deck. Chung comes over to try to help him up. Mocha's like, I don't want it. Only for my own teammates.
The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Filipinas Live from January 13th to February 16, 2025. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send your answers.
Ocon, 4 points pretty quickly here in this second half.
4 points very quickly, and it is a 5-point lead here for NLEX. Biggest lead, I believe, was at 6 points here for the Road Warriors. At 29-23. Here, look, and might get the going. Glenn Yang with a triple.
He can shoot that. Didn't really make any 3-pointers in the first half. 0 and 2.
And right now, they are 3 of 13 from beyond the arc. Here's Robert Bolek. As he kicks it out. Cyrus Torres, short shot clock. Great entry pass, and that's going to be a slam.
Woo! That's what you call over the top. Good pass there. It's just had clear sailing all the way for that two-handed Thunder Jam.
And that's going to be a foul against the Road Warriors. I believe that's on Mokwan as Gunshaw went on the drive.
Look at it once again. Perfect pass right over the outstretched hands of Christopher McLaughlin. And Michael Watkins kind of knew what to do from there.
Yeah, Mike Watkins, credit to him as well, making sure that there was no way McLaughlin could get to it, as Bel Gregorio has his support for us. Bel.
NLEX may have been up by 1.5, but according to assistant coach Borgi, they were stagnant and didn't come out with the energy they had against Rain or Shine, just having one offensive rebound as a team and no second chance points. That they lacked effort, which Coach Jong wants to see them turn around in the second half. On the other side, assistant coach Oscar shared how the coaches applauded the players' effort in controlling offensive rebounds, but they want to see Eastern play at a faster pace going up and down the court. Back to you, John.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio, of course, applauding the effort for the offensive rebound. But you're absolutely right. The pace and the tempo for Eastern, not quite there, at least what we're used to. As they find Watkins anyway, McLaughlin with the push. Well, McLaughlin here, by the way,
He had 2 fouls in the first half.
third foul already here. You get the fourth and you make things a bit interesting for him. Take a look at that again. Easy call for the referee to make.
And he didn't make it any easier for himself by sort of pushing him out with that left elbow.
In contrast to that, Watkins, who we were worried about in terms of foul trouble, no fouls yet in this game. Back in McLaughlin here.
What find JB Malcon, and Malcon with a finish in the interior.
David Malcon, one of the underrated guys who likes to play inside for his size. He's such a strong guy.
Remember his time in Rain or Shine, in Phoenix, wherever he went, he was such an effective player. And is still effective here for Coach John Wichiko. McLaughlin terminating, shoved inside. Oh, that's a pretty finish.
That was nice. Pirouette there.
Robert Bolling to Watkins. JB Malcon, the shot right in front of him. JB Malcon has a great quarter here so far. Finding Torres, swing that around to Robert Bolling. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ramirez with the pick. Finding Ramirez yet again. He could not find Torres because there was a foul in the interior.
He definitely got hit on the arm there by Aiden Langley.
Let's take a look at this again. Great move in the interior here for the guard. That's Young going inside.
And brave as well. You got Watkins right there, the shot blocker.
Watkins, turn around Jay. Quite his look. That's Gunshaw. Forward to Yang, and an easy finish there for Eastern. And Eastern now within 3.
Defensive transition. That's kind of hurt NLEX a couple times in this ball game. They got to get back quicker.
Torres. On the pick and roll there, they terminate to JB Malcon, who's had a fantastic quarter so far, finding Foley to adjust to catch that ball in general. Short shot clock going strong, pulls it up, no good.
Good D by Eastern. Off to the races again.
Run the floor, hit him blankly, he could not quite catch that.
The pass was just a little bit behind, but the idea was perfect. Again, the white shirts got to get back down court quicker. Look at this, easy. Sailing right to the rim there was Glenn Yang.
That's in transition there, doing a great job. Crenshaw. Oh, stolen away by Torres. Keep him tonight. Watkins up top. Yes, back to Bollick. Oh, he's offering the pick here. Babes Bollick sneaking inside, finding Watkins, and he dumps it in.
But Bollick's down. Looks like he turned his left foot.
Holding on to his ankle there, Robert Bollick. Oh, that's going to be tough here. Robert Bollick is really the main sail here of the NLEX Road Warriors.
Good pass, too, but I think he just came down on somebody's foot. He's still grimacing there.
I think it's going to be hoping that it's just a turn that doesn't really keep him out.
That is, this is a huge corner right here. Do they turn the corner? Not. Bollick in the game. They got a pretty good chance out of the game. He's walking very gingerly.
Let's take a look at that again. So he will go and drive, and then with an acrobatic pass to Watkins. The landing here is going to be the issue. Watch that
Left
The foot right there, and
Wow.
there is going to be the turn.
Twist. Not the way you want your ankle to twist when you're coming down. And he was going hard. So much ferocity in going for that drive there.
Of course, Robert Bolick right now being checked, but then you know what? At the same time, did you see the amount of support he had on that left ankle? We're gonna be hoping that actually
That
supported him
yeah.
and helped him out.
limited some of the damage, hopefully.
Good shot. Oh yeah,
The most important guy in the building right now is the PT of NLEX.
yeah, going inside to McLaughlin. That will go the other way as McLaughlin just let go of the handle.
Problems arise for every team. Now the question is, who will step up? But someone's got to step up for NLEX because right now, losing Bolick with his 15 points, 5 assists, and all the things, or 6 assists, all the things he's been doing, someone else has to fill that gap.
And you know what? There are a lot of candidates to do that here, at least from the guard position for the NLEX Road Warriors. You have Kevin Lanas, you have JB Momon, who has been stepping up here in the third quarter. Who can take up the cudgels here? We're going to find out. Watkins shown a double here, tries to go at it by himself. McLaughlin with the rebound. Here's Kobe Lamb. KO back in the ball game, by the way, has been a bit anonymous in this game so far as Kobe Lamb hit from behind by Ramirez, 2 free throws. I think we're gonna take a look at this here.
Well, from my angle, it looked like it was still on its way up. The question is, did it hit the backboard? Definitely he bounced off of Ramirez, but does it hit backboard first?
Good block here. No, that's why you keep on playing. Sure doesn't go away. 2 free throws still. Of course, still all eyes on Robert Bolick in the corner of that bench for the NLEX Road Warriors as our Bel Gregorio is very studiously doing her job right there. Put a nice wave back. That is let's take a look at Kobe Lamb, 13 points against Magnolia, negative 15 though. Poor shooting day for him, even from the free throw line, and you were grimacing in that number, partner.
Yeah, free throws. Ouch. Can't miss those. They're free. They should charge him for missing 5 free throws out of 6.
Well, when you miss free throws, it's your team that pays.
Yeah.
Here's Kevin Alas. Ramirez. Iros Torres finding Kevin Alas. Question now is who will step up for Babes Bolick. Kevin Alas has been one of the better contributors for NLEX throughout the franchise history. The JV Mopon will go and shoot 2.
I mean, that JV Mocon strength. Even big guys have a difficult time pushing him around. He is a load in there.
Underrated JV Mocon, 53 to 49 here at the moment. The NBA's midseason classic is here. Watch the 2025 NBA All-Star Weekend live from Feb 15 to 17. Exclusive on NBA TV, Philippines One Sports, RPTV, and Philippines Live. It's going to be one awesome weekend. Here's JV. And get the second, though. JV Mocon, 7 points in this game so far. If I'm not mistaken, all in this quarter.
Yes.
Kobe Lamb. The move. On the attack. KO. Lachlan. After all the space here. KO on the move, but loses the handle. Here's JV Mocon. Has to make a decision here. A good transition D coming from Eastern. JV Mocon on the attack. He doesn't care, but that's going to be.
You know, that's what I always tell guys because he lowered that left shoulder. You got to come in with your hip first. That moves the guy away, but the shoulder right there, boom. Easy call for the referee.
JV Mocon. The mischievous look there. Yeah, he knows he got it.
Brother, I noticed they stopped working on Robert Bolick. So either Robert Bolick is dead or Robert Bolick is coming right back.
Absolutely. As Kobe Lamb misses from close range, Watkins plays forward here. Great passing for Ricardo Boli. Going to shoot 2.
Yeah. They're trying to ask for a intentional foul, but I don't think so. He clearly, for me anyway, tried to go for that ball. Got to hold it up. It was a great pass nonetheless. It was in the vicinity. Oh, the guy we thought might not play it.
Bel Gregorio has a report for us. Bel?
It's a left ankle sprain bothering Robert Bolick, according to the team's physical therapist. They gave him pain medicine already. Right now, they're just waiting for the pain to mellow down. But Robert said he will try his very best to come back. Alan Vince.
Thank you so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. And right now, the question is who's going to step up in the absence, or at least the short absence, hopefully, for Robert Bolick so far. The locals have been doing it.
So far. Yeah, Volcon's done a pretty good job of staying active in there and really helping his squad.
Now Mokon off the floor with 7 out coming in. Let's see who steps up this time from the local squad. As it is McLaughlin against Watkins instead. Watkins such a strong body, but McLaughlin doesn't care.
Yeah, that's a great matchup. I love that McLaughlin Watkins right at each other.
Take a look at what could do. 7 out. What he got appeal. And such a big bonus having him here because there was a point when we didn't even know if he was going to play.
For contact. Does it go down?
Oh, yes, it does.
Ooh, what a shot there by Cyrus Torres. Hasn't been scoring a lot in this ball game, but that's a big one.
And you know what's interesting here? Take a look at the shot here. Nice, good bump coming from Yang, and a call easy to make. But right after that, Watkins had a conversation with Coach John Wichiko, who literally went on the floor to give him a quick lecture. They're still doing that right now. As Bel Gregorio has another report for us.
Cyrus Torres keeps finding ways to be a revelation. Last game, it was going over a three-quarter slump where he was unable to score, only to put out 12 in the fourth when it mattered the most. It has been very obvious how he has gotten Coach Jong's trust as the games progress. In Coach Jong's words, it's the sign of the times. Coach Jong needing to adapt by giving heavier responsibilities to his rookies, which he's been so vocal in admitting not how he used to do things. He argues that soon as Cyrus won't be a rookie, so he needs to get used to the feeling as early as now. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Bel Gregorio. You know what? There's some coaches who trust veterans, and Watkins goes strong inside. I'll get to that point later on as Bel Gregorio had a great report on Cyrus Torres. But Watkins forces a timeout after this strong move in the interior yet again.
Correct. Let's look at this. Once again, up, under, and through. Easy deuce for Mr. Watkins. Laying McLaughlin like a puppet.
Let's take a look at Cyrus Torres. 12 points against rain or shine in the fourth quarter. He shot 4 out of 8, 50% from the field for Cyrus Torres, a rookie, given a lot of trust by Coach John Wichiko. Says it's part of the changing times that having to trust the rookies coming in as well. You know, you take a look at the players who came in the league and they had an immediate impact partner. Does anyone stick out in your mind, especially during your playing career, who just took the league by storm, as you'd say?
Oh, there's a, I could actually go down the line, but for me, the biggest one really was when Marlo came in, when Valdebid came in, on my teams anyway. Those guys were just amazing. You know, going back to Cyrus Torres, the guy plays big when it matters most.
Yes, he does.
He's a second half guy. He's a fourth quarter guy. He has his 12 points in that last game against a very tough rain or shine game. 12 points all in the fourth quarter.
That's a technical foul. We have to stop talking about this guy, partner, because
yeah. Well, there's a challenge. So Coach Jong Chico doesn't believe that his boy can get technical here. Let's see it once again.
This is the first head coach challenge we saw today. As Coach Chong Chico will try to overturn this technical foul call. Coach Chong, of course, just seasoned winner here in the PBA.
A lot of wins under those two guys right there.
Oh yeah,
Go shot them in. They know how to.
Not successful calls. Really interesting to see here. See if we'll get a chance to see that in just a bit. But either way, so that will mean a technical foul on side of Torres and free throws for Yang as well as ball possession.
Yeah, once again, I think they got it for a flop. Sure. But his wallet will be a little lighter after a little note from the commissioner's office.
So at that time, wasn't a famous award-winning performance there from Torres. So it looks like Robbie Herndon will come in. And that is another that that is such a refreshing interior duel here between McLaughlin and Watkins. That time McLaughlin beating out Watkins. And let's see how he answers here. Back to the basket. Watkins to turn. Goal. And they are attacking each other, partner.
Absolutely. It's just a back and forth battle between Watkins and McLaughlin. Wouldn't be surprised if they go back to him.
And yeah, getting rid of the defender side of Stars hit the deck. KO looking for three. No dice.
You know what I've noticed Eastern tonight? Almost all of their misses are to the left. The two air balls of Binchard were to the left. These ones are, I don't know, it's just something I've noticed.
Let's see if that will continue here as Policar goes up top. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Semara with a high pick. Using the pick here. Poli going inside. Using his length, but that time unable to get the finish. It is advantage Eastern in terms of numbers as KO will go line and shoot two, forcing contract from Kevin Nalas.
I've been trying to block his path. And yes, he says his hands were up, but I think he got it with the body. KO will shoot 2 free throws. To the break.
Time out for NLEX. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching your PBA. Let's take a look at the numbers here from the NLEX Road Warriors. Take a look at their last 2 wins. They were on fire offensively, 115 points, and in a 5-game losing streak, they barely cracked the 100. Also shooting the ball well from beyond the arc, they had 35%, and perimeter points were on point, keeping the turnovers low as well. And let's just compare it, partner, to what we've seen here. They haven't been shooting the ball well from beyond the arc. In fact, 25% only, and yet they are in the lead. What have they been doing right?
Well, a lot of things actually. Number one, playing excellent defense as far as keeping the Eastern team at bay, making them miss their shots. Eastern has not shot well, and you could say it's because they're not shooting well, but you could also say maybe the defense is just making them a little uncomfortable.
Defense definitely doing something here as KO misses there. 53 to 62. Eastern playing up here in quarter number 3. So far in this quarter, it has been the 2 misses there, 19 to 11 in terms of scoring in favor of the NLEX Road Warriors. And initially, at least, it was off to a very good start coming from JV Mokon in quarter number 3. Here's Kevin Nalas driving, finding Watkins. He was open, but then the pass not quite there, and that's going to be a travel as Simba Pok had the best defensive stop on Watkins in this game.
But once again, Polk is just not the biggest guy in girth-wise, but he has that length, went up and really caught Watkins, I think, a little bit by surprise. Nice block.
Yeah, that's that go early enough so it would be called for the jump ball. Or at least that's what the referees felt. Here's Yan. Gives the hook with the pink. Yeah, attacking Watkins. So bounce action, and that was good.
Good action. I like the way he went along that baseline, surveyed everything, and then we realized nobody was around him. Easy deuce. Brings him within 7 with 2 minutes to go here in the third.
Still no Robert Bolick, who went down with a left ankle injury here in the middle of the third quarter. We saw him being worked on over and over again. Kevin Alas unable to get that finish to go. Asian Games gold medalist Kevin Alas, just a reminder. And it's Langley working against Semerad. Finish there for Langley. No foul as well, says the referee.
Langley wanted that foul, though. Hey, there's a lot of contact. Aggressively trying to go against Alas as well.
Kevin Alas kept his dribble there despite the pressure from Langley. Langley was surprised that he did. There's Watkins. Oh, what a stop from Simba. Whoa.
2 blocks for Polk. Wow. He is catching Watkins at the top. Let's see it once again. Watkins thought, easy breezy. Polk said, you better respect me.
What a finish there. What a block rather from Simba. Whoa.
That was clean. It doesn't get much cleaner than that.
Only 5 seconds to play with here. Herndon. Oh, what a fake. And the shot is good.
Big one. Big shot. Again, they needed that extra guy to really contribute, and they're getting 2 actually in JV Mocha and Robbie Herndon.
Robbie Herndon can't take a dead shot from beyond the arc. And can't answer back with 3. And Herndon will let that go.
I like the aggressiveness and looking for that shot from Robbie Herndon. Sometimes he hesitates just a bit, but this one says, okay, pump fake, watch you fly by. I'm going to let this thing just go fly in.
You know, that type of shot there comes from Herndon. It just feels like a little jab step. It's something that he's worked on in practice, you can tell. That's a 4. That was a heat check.
Yeah.
That was a heat check.
Hey, but looking for the shot, I like it.
Langley. And Watkins with the block and playing forward to Policarpio. Policarpio on the attack with the miss.
Oh, he thought he made it 100%. He was going up forward. Just kind of shacked it.
That would be it. And that's there with the foul. It's a foul to get.
It's kind of funny, actually. He really thought he made it. Great defense here by Watkins. Policarpio. Yang tries to cut him off. He was still clear sailing, but the ball just trickles out.
Yeah, too bad we didn't see the reaction there on Policarpio. Because it looks like we're going to have a couple substitutions here.
They got fouls to give, so I'm sure they're going to push him away as far as possible. Not in the shooting action.
That's going to be a foul. David Moffman on the pass.
0.4 to go.
Well, I remember back in the day, Lakers Spurs.
Oh gosh,
that happened.
No, the Rockets. That's when Ralph Sampson.
Ralph Sampson. That's beyond mine.
I cried. I cried.
But we've seen shots going in 0.4. Yeah. Let's see. Correct. Let's see if they can manage this. That's the moral of the story, by the way. To turn around, got to shoot, and he gets it to go. Did he get it off in time? We're gonna find out.
I think he did, but good defense, just great offense. Quick release, quick shot. Let's look at are the lights on the backboard on or not when it's still in his hands. Ooh. Let's go from slow-mo to super slow-mo to find that one out.
I want a frame by frame after seeing that. The referee is still reviewing it.
Even slow-mo is not slow enough.
Did we just say 0.4? It's possible.
I think it is. But he turned. Let's see. Gets ball.
Watch the
Watch his
light.
hand and watch the light. This light turn. There.
Oh,
Still there. I don't.
let's one more time. One more time. Oh, that is
Oh.
so close. That is so close, partner.
We're talking like a fingernail. Maybe. You gotta zoom in on that one. I don't know.
Can you imagine that's a game winner? Good thing we're not referees.
Oh, they're saying 2 points.
It's gonna count. As totally them. What a shot there. Did we not say the moral of the story? You can still score with 0.4 or less. Don't go away, guys. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
Alam mo to, laro mo to, tuloy sa kampyonato. Sama-sama tayo, manlalaro, afisyonado. Everybody, let's get it.
Take a look at the game summary here. Going into the fourth quarter as Robert Bollig and Mike Watkins have been the 1-2 act that have really propelled them as Road Warriors in this game. 24 and 15 from Watkins and Bollig respectively, with Robert Bollig missing a huge part of that third quarter due to an ankle sprain. Second chance points, though, is the reason why the Eastern have been in this ball game. 11 second chance points in the first half alone. Of course, since then, if you take a look at second chance points, they have yet to score. Third quarter, no second chance points for the Eastern, as JD Mopan has turned it up here in the third quarter. 7 points only in the third, and that was important because Robert Polik is still not on the floor here for the NLEX Road Warriors.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Road Warriors. JV Mokan doing all his work in the third quarter. He even had a couple nice blocks to boot, so he is doing what he needed to do. Giving a little bit of respite for Coach Jonga Chico. And let's see if Babes Bolick will make his comeback, hopefully sooner than later.
Glenn Yan with the foul there. Well, let's see if he makes his comeback at all. How about Babes?
What I meant later. Here tomorrow.
He's getting the last
1 quarter to go. Very important game here.
Okay, attack inside. Watkins attacking.
See, that's the way he has to back down guys, especially Poke. Poke surprised him, I think, a little bit by getting those blocks. Now you're going to see Watkins really use his muscles to really push Poke out of the way.
You know what I like about that? He's been blocked a couple times, and that attack's completely different. Like you mentioned a while ago, as that's going to be a good look there for Kobe Lamb. Starting to heat up here.
Yeah.
Kobe Lamb with that buzzer beating hit just a while ago, now up to 7 points in this game.
He's prolific, and once he gets going, a little bit streaky, but tough to stop. That's going to be a foul on Poke.
Yeah, you saw that grab that jersey also has turned, so Poke will be hit with that. He won't be happy. Let's take a look at that again.
Yeah, let's see it. Bully ball, and then he just, that's the play previous. Jump hook, Lamb, going in hard, pull-up jumper, 10-foot shot. Good defense, better offense from Lamb.
It looks like they are going to challenge this sort of Eastern.
I think there was foul, definitely. I think from his angle, I mean, the coach's angle, he probably couldn't see it, but down here, we can pretty much see it. Well, coach.
Ramovich.
That's a tough name. Say it 10 times fast.
Rather not. Coach Ramovich there. Of course, I'm thinking that there was not a foul, right? So that right now, interior scoring has also been a big factor for NLEX Road Warriors. They have 38 points in the paint. Eastern, of course, have also been shooting that well. And it feels like it's a function of the fact that both teams have not necessarily shot the three ball as well as they would have liked. 30% here for the NLEX Road Warriors at 3 of 10, and Eastern with a horrendous 2 of 15. So they're shooting 13.3%.
I mean, you really got to get hottest guys. And nobody's really hot on the court outside maybe of Robbie Herndon. Otherwise, no one's shooting that ball well. Battle of the bigs.
Still no Robert
Challenge
Koenig.
by Eastern was not
It's
successful.
not a successful challenge there. Simple fault was still adjudged on foul. There's a little push there underneath, I think is where they
Shooting
saw it.
Mike Watkins.
Watkins will shoot a couple, gets the first of two, and Phil Gregorio support comes Phil.
You have to wake up. That was quite literally the wake up call Coach Menser had for Eastern. He flagged how they weren't shooting and driving because they weren't passing and they were just not being selfless. He also instructed them to be smarter and avoid unnecessary help on defense and to just keep running, reiterating that a faster pace is something that will work to their advantage. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thanks so much for that report. That was Phil Gregorio. To be fair to the NLEX Road Warriors, they have been forcing this type of pace for Eastern in this ball game. That's the reason why, offensively speaking, it doesn't feel like they're on song.
Yeah, the flow that I usually used to see with Eastern, it's just not there tonight. I think the disruptiveness of NLEX has really proven to really frustrate them. And speaking of flow, guess who's back?
Robert Foley,
The man
back
has been
from what looked like a very painful ankle sprain, back in this one, and we'll try to get going yet again. Is he still hot? Oh, not in connection that time. There's Kobe Lamb attacking and goes straight to the cup.
Kobe Lamb been doing his thing. He's got 8 points, 7 points in the ball game.
Well, you see Robert Foley there with a skip and a hop. It looks like he is okay. Goes on the attack.
Jumped off that left foot too, so that's a good sign.
Foley,
Pat Herndon wide open.
Herndon has it now, but maybe a bit too late. Ramirez. Look, that's a 4. Oh, gets it. Oh, Foley got it.
Pauly Garpio making up for that missed layup a while ago in a big way.
At that time, he's Foley Blanco. Nice. Foley Garpio gets a big 4-pointer here. He's been good in spurts here in terms of scoring.
Yeah. Pauly Quattro, I love that.
And that's going to be a foul on Watkins. That's his first. That's a good development here for NLEX, who have talked to him repeatedly about his foul problems in the past. Take a look at this.
Yeah.
Clean shot
Yes.
from Foley Quattro.
You know what Pauly means, right?
Many.
Yeah. So if he makes another one, then he's really Pauly Quattro.
Many boards.
What
That's
a
true.
good shot for him, and again, it just bodes well for the attack that NLEX has. They have different guys stepping up. I mean, if you think about it, the guy who was sort of the hero of the last game, Summer, it hasn't really even gotten going, but other guys have. I mean, when you talk about big time performances stepping up, Robbie Herndon, David Mokan.
Here's Glenn Young. Laughlin now. Getting on the attack. Laughlin thought about the 3. Hands up to Kobe Lamb instead. Jumper. That's good. And
Yeah.
Kobe Lamb, he likes it when the shot clock's expiring.
9 points now for Lamb. He is definitely heating up. It's time to do it in the fourth.
James Bollick, he's a big player from Seminole. Will try a triple. Oh, he's back. Robert Bollick with the triple.
What's brand new? What's our name are you talking about? That looked smooth and confidence there.
Well, he missed 3 boards of that third quarter, but he's still already with 18 points.
That's the makings of just an amazing player. Prolific.
Lamb with the jumper. That was a bit of a heat check there from Lamb. Bollick looking for a pick here from Seminole just to get a bit of help getting across.
Bollick just needs to do what they have to do is just make some more shots.
Bollick goes strong, the floated finish not quite there for him.
8 minutes to go.
That's going to be good here for the NLEX, rather for Eastern, as Hayden Blankley will go line and shoot 2.
What I meant by just make more shots, try to get this game out of reach. As you can see, this guy, Bob Bolick, just stepping right in and, a nonchalant three. Why not? That's what we do. And they outlook, anyways.
Policarpio checks out. One performance for Policarpio and Herndon as well.
Yeah, great performances from Herndon and Policarpio for Coach Jong. Now let's see if the other guys can step it up.
Sometimes you're worried if production will continue once the bench guys come in, but then for Coach Joe Machico, boy, he got a boost.
Definitely. Big boost.
Bench scoring for them and next to Mars seemed like much, but they already have 15. Against turnaround Jay. Oh, that's a pretty look.
That was nice.
It's
Fall away.
It's interesting here because Eastern are now playing a true big lineup. We haven't really seen that in this game. Bit of a gamble here because there's a chance that NLEX could actually push the pace even further.
Well, whatever they were doing wasn't working. They were getting off to a deficit of 13. Over the top.
Oh! Long distance connection is blocking. Finishes with a block.
Oh my gosh, what a pass that was, too, all the way from half court. Look at Cyrus Torres and go for it. Here it comes. Kaboom on your head, Eastern.
Watkins and NLEX up by 15, 80-65. What a performance we're seeing them so far. As of right now, take a look at that. Playoffs start February 2. Two teams in the hunt. Let's see who gets it with 7:16 left. Don't go away. Settle the standings here and what's at stake. That next one, Warriors and Eastern playing their final game here. And we were going through the list a while ago, partner, about how this can all pan out, and it is so confusing. It just is. As Eastern here need a win because if they get the win, they actually have a shot at finishing with a twice to beat advantage. While NLEX are just trying to avoid a twice to beat disadvantage or a playoff even to try and make the playoffs at all.
Well, first things first. The 3 teams are out right now. That's like the only clear news. Blackwater, Phoenix, and Terra Firma are not going to make the playoffs. But again, we have so many possibilities tonight. Again, you want to rack your heads. I'm looking at a triple tie possibly at 9-3, triple tie possibly at 7-5 record, by the way. Triple tie possible at 6-6, 5-7, 8-4, and a possible quadruple tie at 8-4. All have different scenarios, obviously, but the most important for NLEX tonight is if they lose, they're probably going to have a playoff, most probably against SMB. If they win, they have a chance at 7th if Rain or Shine loses. Again, many scenarios. I tried to break it down as easy as possible.
No worries, partner. You should teach statistics. As Blackley,
that would be tough.
With the miss. That may have been a block, by the way, from JV Momo. Not quite sure, but either way, it's an air ball.
We shall see. That might be his 3rd block of the game, if it is.
Robert Bolick still directing traffic here. He gets it back. Now Chan right in front of him. He certainly need to stop here. Segura can't get the triple. Hasn't been on point here, Combat Semarat, but then hasn't been too much of a factor here. Better passing, but as I say that, another turnover here. And Watkins with an easy finish. The flush coming from Robert Bolick.
Again, not out of the woods 100%, but that definitely helps their cause. And now that definitely helps. NLEX with a sizable lead, 15 points, the ball, and a long shot clock.
Robert Pollock, partner, 7 assists in this game already as Watkins finishes strong inside again. Defense is paper looking good as he loves that type of finish. Take a look at that again.
Yeah.
It's just strength and desire.
They've gone on a 6-2, possible 7-2 run since the last minute and a half. So again, Eastern was down, and now they're down by even more. Is it insurmountable? I would say not yet, but it's getting time. It's must-score time, must-stop time for Eastern.
Well, Watkins, partner, already with 37 points of this one. What a game he's had here so far as hit blankly. Kicks that out. They need threes to go and unable to get that ball still.
I expect NLEX to pretty much walk the ball up the court, work that ball around, use as much of the 24-second shot clock as possible.
The NLEX Road Warriors is very happy, by the way, to let McLaughlin try the ball. McLaughlin's definitely in the interior. Cyrus Torres loses the handle here. And Rob Pollock with the pressure on Young. They go the other way here. That's Chang. Now to Simba Paul. And blankly. Going strong inside and finally Hayden blankly. Not mistaken, is now in double digit scoring.
Yeah, and Watkins just let him go. He didn't want to have anything to do with a possible 3-point play.
Correction for me there. He already was double digits, now at 14 points. Talking about him blankly. Robert Pollock attacking chance.
The grab, I thought. The chance.
Watkins. I'll be
killer. That's a killer if you're Eastern. He just gave up a fresh clock, at least back to 14.
So Torres only has 5 points here, but he has been contributing in aspects in his spring here. Pollock. Step back three. Oh, Robert Pollock breaks the 20-point barrier. Now at 21.
He blows a kiss and a bye-bye to the Eastern bench.
He's full of character. Talking about Robert Pollock, to say the least. That's Watkins with the last touch there, by the way.
That was a tough move. Look at this once again. In between plays, back and forth. Why not? Let's take a step back and let it fly. 3 points for big shot Bob. Babe Pollock. What? Left ankle sprain. None. Look at the kiss.
And the three and the win. Robert Pollock and NLEX up top. Let's take a look at the Berto. Take a look at his fourth quarter performance against San Miguel, where he dropped 20 points. My goodness, this guy can explode on a dime, and that explosion, atomic. 39 points, 9 assists against, as well as a rain or shine. Take a look at that in the third quarter. He scored 15, 13 points also in that second quarter. And how about this? 40 points in that last one against rain or shine as well. Robert Pollock, he can be quiet for one quarter, but in the next, he can just destroy you on the offensive end.
You know, the good ones always can. They can just like flip the switch, turn the light on, or just completely shift the car into another gear and just really turn up their game.
Great block there from Watkins as he has been, let's be quite fair here, it's been a great matchup for him and Watkins, but then Watkins has been winning out. Here's Robert Pollock, Gale right in front of him. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Robert Pollock gets a pick here from Watkins. Thought about the four. Semrad has it. Ball movement. Torres unable to get the three. Watkins in the interior. No dice. But Jamie Walpole extends the possession. Now it Bates Pollock.
How big of an impact has like JV Molcon and Cyrus Torres had on this game.
Another step back triple, no good that time, but then JV Molcon unable to get his second offensive rebound as Robert Bolick, the ball bouncing off his back. The ball will stay with the blue shirts here.
Again, things are looking really good if you're an NLEX fan right now. Look at this play here by McLaughlin, but yeah, partially blocked by Watkins. Smiling about it. Hey, I got it, buddy.
Yeah, you take a look at Watkins' performance here. 2 blocks, 13 rebounds. Go with, just up near 37 points. As that's going to be a foul on Robert Bolick. Young will take free throws.
Bolick's still trying to stake his case to the deaf ears. The gray shirts. The referees.
Able to get that ball. So Coach Joel are very happy with the performance here, especially the second half. It feels like in the second half in particular, there was a challenge, it felt like, to those who weren't named Robert Bolick and Watkins to step up. And so many of them did. Talk about the other locals here, JB Molcon, Poli Poli. Herndon. A lot of guys here contributed in the second half to get this lead.
Yeah, they really stepped up in a big way. Had a tremendous effect on their team's fortunes.
NLEX. Now with Torres, getting Watkins in the interior. Great entry pass here. And McLaughlin with the stab, a turnover. It is a 5-on-4 break.
That could have been a travel.
Could have been, but not there. As KO with an easy finish inside.
We have come to the part of that game where just has to take care of the ball and burn the clock.
Because we've seen stranger things happen here, partner. Here's Robert Bolick. He'll calm things down. Saying, just wait. Damarat with the pick here. He's offering the pick. Gets it back. Now back to Bolick. Bolick against KO. Goes by him. And JP Molcon with an easy J.
That is an absolute dagger. Great shot there by Molcon. Nice find there. That's 8 points, 9 points for JP Molcon.
KO on the drive. And that could have been a block, but instead it's a foul. Semerad with the whistle.
Again, if wins this ball game, they might go into a playoff, perhaps. Sorry, they'll be tied with Rain or Shine at 7th. That's if Rain or Shine loses.
Again, going against TNT, talking about rain or shine. Of course, Magnolia still have a game, I believe. If Magnolia wins, it'll also be tied up there. Again, there's just so many scenarios.
NLEX and Magnolia both win. San Miguel is eliminated. Think about that. San Miguel eliminated? Hasn't happened in like forever.
Last time it happened actually was 2014 Commissioner's Cup. It happened right after the miracle, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that, but then that's how long ago it was. But then it was still the time of Junior Fajardo. It wasn't. I would say that the same cast members are there, but that was a long time ago.
Now, here's another scenario. If NLEX wins and Magnolia loses, both San Miguel and Magnolia are eliminated, and NLEX gets that 8th spot.
Oh, that is high stakes if I ever heard of it. My goodness.
Do not miss that game, ladies and gentlemen, or those games. Very, very big repercussions.
Yeah, you just take a look at everything here. The standings are all a jumble. And we're asking for major statistics to help us all out. As Mike Watkins now
30.
up to 39.
Yeah, 39. And there's pretty much no doubt who is going to be our best player of this game if gets this W. But I think the bravest has to be Bolick, who just came back and showed a lot of courage and toughness. Really showing up for his squad.
You take a look at the standings here, partner. Araujo, Barangay Ginebra, the traditional powerhouses, as well as smack dab in the middle with North Fort and Converge above them. Here at this point, Oh, Robert Bolick, he's looking for 4. That time left well short shot clock there. Good shot for Diop. That's no good there. As giving with the rebound. Watkins looking for 40. That's 41.
That was over McLaughlin, too. And a sorry turnover there.
It was just not the game here for Eastern, but what a defense performance as well for NLEX, especially in that second half.
Yeah, it's just been really all NLEX here in the second half. Eastern has had their struggles making their outside shots, and it's really made life harder for their inside players, I should say, especially McLaughlin, Blinkley. So
they're going to let the clock wind down first to officially end this one. But then NLEX needed the win, and they got it. And right now, Eastern will have to wait for a lot of things to work out for them in the next few games here in the PBA. It's a big win here for Coach John Chico, Robert Bolick, Mike Watkins, and the rest of the Road Warriors. Eastern right now will be watching the rest of the games very eagerly, including the next one between Barangay Ginebra and the Meralco Boys. Let's focus on our best player of the game, brought to you by Honda Division Motorcycle, the PBA, as none other than Mike Watkins.
definitely huge output from Mr. Watkins tonight. 41 points, 14 boards on 18 of 27 from the field. I mean, he really lorded it over. Multiple guys tried their hand in trying to stop Watkins to no avail, and he just literally ran through, above, and around them, and sweet it is.
Conference high for Mike Watkins. Right after the conference high coming from Robert Bolick. Final score is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA, 94-76 in favor of the Road Warriors. Well, we told you a while ago, next game, very important for the playoff race. It's none other than the classic matchup between Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel, and the Meralco Boys. You don't want to miss that, and we'll have that after this short break. Game analysis, though, when we return, as well as a press conference. We'll be right back.
NLEX wins over Eastern. I'm joined by our winning coach, Coach Jong Yuchiko, and our best player of the game, Mike Watkins. Congratulations, gentlemen. Coach Jong, nasabi nyo at the start of the coverage that it's always good that you still have a chance at the playoffs. Now, with the win today, how do you like the performance trajectory of this NLEX team?
Sorry.
How do you like the performance trajectory of this NLEX team?
Well, in the first half, I didn't like the way they were playing. There was no energy. But, they were able to pick it up in the second half, that's a good sign that they were able to recover from that slow start. So, yun. So if there's any good sign, it's that. And of course, we give ourselves another.
Thank you, Coach Jong. Now, Mike, after 2 games where you got into foul trouble, we saw an improved outing from you today. How were you able to keep your emotions at bay and also come out with a more efficient performance?
I just couldn't let the rest dictate my energy today. Today was a must win to get us advanced to the playoffs, and I wasn't ready to go home yet, so I had to come give the best energy I had.
Now, Mike, as you also polish your game in preparation for the playoffs, what other opportunities are you seeing that you can more or less build on to be able to complement the locals a little bit better?
Defense, really. I believe if I play defense good enough, offense going, dictate itself. the ball gonna go in the basket, but it's what we do on defense that wins game.
Thank you, Mike. Now we would like to
Game highlights brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. As we take you to the first quarter, where Watkins was showing us early signs of what he was going to do today.
Just lording it over inside. He did it the whole day. Huge numbers from Michael Watkins today, 41 and 14. And man, he just ruled the shaded lane.
Yeah, you talk about lording over it. Of course, Blankley was able to get the basket early on, but it hasn't been a classic day here for Blankley. He shot 38.5% from the field. The Gunshard as well, getting a triple there. Unfortunately, that is only triple this game. Went 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, and that just really showed everyone, or at least early signs of what the production was going to be. Second quarter here, after trailing by 5, after falling asleep at the end of that first quarter. Take a look at Robert Bodick there, going to work.
Yeah, it was pretty much all Eastern first quarter, but wow, they really turned it around, especially behind the heroics of that guy right there. Robert Bolick hitting a unbelievable 3. Just pulling up off the break.
Just pulling up off the break as they find Watkins inside, who has had a lot of memorable finishes here today. Definitely one for his highlight reel. Let's take a look at this. Going inside McLaughlin. It was a classic battle inside between the two. I really enjoyed watching it. But unfortunately for McLaughlin, it was Watkins who really came up on top. And take a look at this nice finish as well.
I like what McLaughlin did. You know, it's just tough. If you think about it, not a bad game at all. 18 points, 17 rebounds.
43 to 42 in favor of NLEX. But here's where things really changed, partner. In the second half, the defense definitely came to play for the NLEX Road Warriors. Here's Watkins getting on early as well. And not only that, you had so many other players for NLEX suddenly come up and contribute.
Yeah, and they really adjusted well, especially for Watkins. If they were fronting, they'd throw over the top. If they were behind, they'd get him, or they'd make those shots, just like this guy stepping up big time, Mr. Robbie Herndon.
Robbie Herndon getting the big 3 to go. It's very limited minutes, but then a lot of production. As we take a look at this buzzer beer from Lamb, a reminder, if there's 0.4 on the clock, you can still score.
That is right. Kobe Lamb made them pay. Couldn't be any closer, but he did definitely get that shot off. He ended up in double digits, 11 points for him, for Mr. Kobe Lamb.
Now, with this scoreline 65 to 57, Eastern had chance, but Watkins started to drop the hammer. Take a look at that finish.
That was beautiful. That is such a hard thing to do. Throw the pass, number one, right on target, and go catch it, just like what Michael Watkins did.
It was a dunk show here for Watkins as he went for a conference high of 41 points here against the Eastern. As whatever they did, they threw it in. He was such a handful in the interior, and you can only imagine what havoc he'll wreak in the playoff as well. Of course, tough for them. Could have a twice to beat disadvantage going into the playoffs on the NLEX Road Warriors. But then this is big because Robert Bolick, who went down with injury in the third quarter, came back and did that.
Robert Bolick played huge. Even if he didn't play for a half a quarter because of the left ankle sprain, 21 points, a perfect 100% from the free throw line, 5 boards, 8 assists. Solid day at the office for Robert Lee Bolick.
And a solid day for NLEX Road Warriors, who win 94 to 76 against Eastern, keeping their playoff push alive. Up next, another game with huge playoff implications. Barangay Ginebra San Miguel against the Morocco Bulls. Still keep here on Philippines Live and PBA Rush. Thank you very much for joining us for the first game. I'm Paulo de Rosado alongside Vince Visa, but Memorial Sports and reporter, and we'll see you in game